All right, I am doing this in one shot. Uh, Say hi. All right, go. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm Mike, and this is For the Record. It has been a minute, to say the least. I have been so fucking busy with work and collecting and uh, picking. It's absolutely crazy how time flies. Um, I There's a few reasons why I haven't been making videos. The most obvious one, or maybe not so obvious to you, my channel has changed names a few times through the years, until I um, until I got to where I am today with For the Record. Um, it's over a year, almost 2 years, maybe. I can't remember, but I lost access to my original channel, Mike Imports RI, and then For the Record, and then that's after I changed the name. I just lost access. I don't know what happened. I lost access, so I had to start my channel over again. And after that, the flame just wasn't there. I felt like I worked so hard for the channel that I had. I just feel like I worked so hard for it. Come on. I worked so hard for it, and then it wasn't there. So the motivation, the fire just was not there. I never stopped collecting by any means. I actually, past few years, I've really picked up speed because I do a lot of selling too. So but no, my collection has grown immensely in the past few years, even though I haven't been on YouTube. But like I said, it hasn't stopped. It got really, really busy for me for a while. But I was gonna talk briefly, I was gonna talk briefly about the most recent pick I had. Excuse me. It's kind of funny. My nose was fine. This happens every time I do a fucking video. Hey, Jen. That's Ginger, by the way. She's sitting right here. Huh? So, real quick though, this video is not going to be very long. I'm going on almost 3 minutes here. It's not going to be a long video because when I finally got up enough courage to do another video, I realized my phone was at like 5%, and then I had to find my chair because things moved around here. I made a lot of changes in here that you haven't seen. Maybe in the future I'll do a update, but a lot of things have changed down here. But I most recently, I don't know, a couple of months back, I think it was, I actually put a couple of quick videos up. If you go to my channel and then look at a couple of videos, I can't remember how many I put up, maybe just one or two, I can't remember, about the storage unit, excuse me, that I picked. It was a storage unit. It was a 10 by 12 storage unit, and I was the only one that had access to it. I was contacted by the owner of the storage shed. Her father, he wasn't really a record collector. He was a record collector, but he wasn't a collector like a lot of us are, where we buy records, we listen to them. He was just a hoarder, and he bought records. Some of them he didn't even listen to. And she's trying to help him get rid of some, and she had picked up, or her father had rented a storage shed. Again, 10 by 12 storage shed. Nothing but vinyl. It wasn't filled with furniture. It was literally, the measurements, that 10 by 12, it was floor to ceiling, neatly done. A lot of them, 99% of them were on, well, actually all of them were on shelves except for the ones that were in little totes in the center of the storage unit. Again, it was 10 by 12. Measurement wise, roughly between 20 and 35,000 records, somewhere around there. I was there for about an hour. I went through it really fast, and not because I had to. She didn't give me a time limit, which a lot of these places I've gone to, they're like, well, I only got 10 minutes, or, you know, just come on, hurry up, just come on. She was really, really nice. This girl was like, she was like, no, she was like, well, I work from home, and I'm gonna got my computer in the car. I'm gonna do my work in the car. So you just go ahead and take your time. And I like, in those pics, I just like to go in there. I like go in there and I like to just get what I need, or it kind of puts me in my, it gets me into that mood. It gets me into that, you know, I can get in there, I can do it really fast. It kind of keeps me sharp, you know what I mean? So I don't mind rushing a little bit, but I looked at probably, I didn't look at every single one. I probably looked at, honestly, 90%, 90 to 95% of what was there. Boom, 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 boom. They were all nice. They were all stacked. You know, a lot of places they'll stack them like this on top of each other. And they weren't stacked. They were all nicely done on shelves, with the exception of what was on the floor. There were a couple of toasts on the floor, but even then, a lot of the shelves were centered. It was surrounded with shelves, and then the center there were a bunch of shelves, floor to ceiling. At first, I was overwhelmed, but I wrapped my head around what was there. I started farther back, and I just worked my way forward. I'm not going to show everything I got. Now, to be honest, I only took out of there about 200 records. There really was a lot of stuff that I just couldn't use. It was either they were the beat up and scratched, or they were just, the genre just wasn't right. So the last couple of years, I've been really picky at what I get. But I'm just going to show you a few pieces. This is by all means, maybe in the future I'll do more. I might do 10 or 20, but a lot of them, probably about half, or give or take half, are actually ones that I'm selling. A lot of them are like a quarter of that was probably Beatles. So there was a lot of nice stuff I found. But about half of it I kept for myself. And again, this is not going to be all of them. I have, all weekend, I have been deep cleaning the records. I've had records here for over a year in my inbox. And this weekend was a 3-day weekend for me. I don't have to work today, so I decided to spend a few hours cleaning records. So all of these are deep cleaned, and I've been listening to them. This one is a band I'm not familiar with. I have not listened to it yet. It's called Poet and the One Man Band, and it's on Paramount label, but beautiful. It looks interesting. I may or may not like it. I don't know. I just actually listened to a record right here that I give it a shot, and I did not like it. Hey, stop it. Stop digging. It's just all like electronic stuff, and I just don't like that. So some of the stuff I've listened to, Blues Image on the Echo, Tim Hardin on Verve. Yeah, this was a really neat pick. It wasn't that far. It was it was less than an hour away from where I live, and I figured, you know, I had some good footage and a good description of what was there, so I figured I'd go in and take a chance on it. And this is Voyager Halfway Hotel on Elektra. It's a white label promo. This one I've heard of, and a lot of you may have heard of him too. It's Johnny Winter on the 2i stereo. That one I've listened to. I love that album. That's really good. Jethro Tull. This one, I actually had gotten one of these within a year or two ago on another pick, and the record itself was warped, so I was glad to find that. A lot of Ray Charles. Found a lot of Ray Charles. And if anybody's interested in, this is the Guess Who, RCA. If anybody's interested to see what I have as far as Beatles or some of the other stuff that I have for sale, I'm happy to show that. Just, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. I'm happy to show it if anybody's interested. Just put a message down below. This is Rare Earth. This one is Ma. Like, really? Rare Earth's custom label. I can't remember if I listened to that one or not, but it's clean and ready to go. Foghat. Self-titled. Right? Can't remember if that's their first album, but it's Foghat self-titled anyway. 10 years after, Stonehenge. Surprisingly, I didn't have this. That's on the Durham label. Or Durham label. Love that. I've listened to that. It's a great album. Grand Funk Survival. Actually, this is one I was surprised that I didn't have. This is Grand Funk. I was surprised I didn't have this one. I probably did through the years, but I probably purged it because it wasn't in good shape. I have probably between 10 years and after and Grand Funk. I probably have their entire discography. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure pretty close. This is a compilation. It's Early Cream on Springboard, which is typically a compilation. But can't remember if I listened to that one or not. This one is the next couple. These are probably my favorite two psych albums. Actually, one is psychedelic and the other one is like folk. So between those two genres, these are out of a lot of these records, the last few that I've gotten in that genre, these are probably some of the best. This one is Love. And I believe, I can't quote me on it, but I believe, I can't remember his freaking name, but he's not credited on this album. The actor in the show The Office, the old guy, I can't remember his freaking name, but I believe he's on this album, but he's not credited for it. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure. But this is one of the top psych albums I've gotten recently. Amazing, amazing album. Now this one, I was not aware of this group, and I love finding things that I've never heard before. And this is fantastic. This is called Just Arrived, The Pilgrims. This is on the Columbia 2i. This is an amazing folk album. It's amazing. It's in its original shrink. I have it in a picture sleeve, okay, but it's in shrink. But it says sealed for your protection. What year did this one come out? I cannot remember. But this is such a good folk sound record. This is an amazing album, and the fact that it's in its original shrink with the price sticker of $1.98 and sealed for your protection. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. The fantastic album. I'm going to show. I think I'm going to show. I'm going to show 3 or 4 more, and then maybe I'll do another video in the future because my phone is going to die. And I probably won't. I'll probably have trouble uploading this video to begin with. A band I am familiar with. I'm not sure I've ever listened to them before, but I think this is probably one of the first or the first Sugarloaf albums. I'd have to double check my collection. The name is familiar. I can't remember what I have in my enormous collection, but Sugarloaf, Spaceship Earth. It's on the Liberty, right? Amazing psych, just great album. And all these are in incredible shape. Some of them have little scuff marks on them, but it does not affect playback whatsoever. They sound amazing. This one, this is I believe an upgrade. I'm gonna check the label. I do have this as James Gang, Your Album. I have this already, but I believe the one I have, the album itself, is in not very good condition. So I'm going to double check the label. If it's the same label, I'm going to see which one has the best cover and swap out the record. Great. I love James Gang. Yeah, just amazing. Trying to think what to say. Yeah. But yeah, Joe Walsh, of course, with the Eagles. I almost said the Beatles. The Eagles, Joe Walsh here. Just love him. I love the James Gang. Amazing stuff. Now, a band I had no idea existed. The album is what you would think it is. I looked at this and I was like, yeah, I already got to figure it out. These guys look like badasses. Slade. They're self-titled. I looked it up. I can't remember if their first or an only album, but I can't remember. I know I looked it up. This is nonetheless their self-titled on Polydor. Okay, great prog rock, just good album. Great album. One more I'm going to show you. Live Cream Volume 2. RSO label. What do I have to, what can I say? What can I say about Eric Clapton and Cream, right? Amazing stuff. I have so much more to show, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do another video in the future. Let me know if anybody's interested in knowing what else I have out of curiosity for sale. Not that I am pushing selling them, but if you're curious to know what I have, it's some amazing stuff, some great Beatles stuff, some reggae, some amazing reggae albums, and but that's it. And I think that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you watching, and as always, see you on the flip side. Peace.